What you missed on The Curve with Michelle Martin and Bernard Lynn. Only on Money FM 89.3.
Everyone is talking about it. The historic Trump-Kim summit begins 9 a.m. tomorrow. And there's been much excitement, not just in Singapore, but around the world as well. Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong said the cost of organizing the summit comes with a price tag of about $20 million. But it's a cost the country is willing to pay. What impact does the summit have on Singapore property? Well, joining us on the line right now is Karamjit Singh, who is a CEO of Showsuite and senior consultant of JLL. Karamjit, tell us, we know that the summit itself will be held at the Capella Sentosa. Do you think this would change the island's image, and how would this affect property on the island?
Well, it's all about branding, publicity, and visitorship. So on the surface of it, it sounds like a stretch that the summit would have an impact on the local property market. But beneath the surface, I think there could be a potentially lasting one. Again, depending on what the leaders end up agreeing to and how we manage it as a host nation. So the Prime Minister spoke about it from investment into brand, where we get things done in a short span of time. Now, if both of them walk away with signing a big agreement, historical nature, this will go down as potentially a Singapore Peace Accord, which is brilliant from a branding perspective. A good marketeer of a product, real estate included, understand the importance of investing in awareness and publicity campaigns. This helps drive visitorship to their shopfront, which in turn increases their chances of selling. This is, again, no different. The publicity and the visitorship that we get from the summit inevitably raises awareness about all things in Singapore, the infrastructure, airport, landscape, the beautiful houses that we have in Sentosa. And this will spill over to interest in prime residential as well as some of the Sentosa houses. You got to remember that Sentosa is one of those zones in Singapore where foreigners can buy landed homes, unlike the main island.
Interesting. Let's talk a little bit about the summit's potential impact on those prime areas, like Tanglin or Orchard, for example.
Well, so, we've got a free trade agreement with the U.S., and that's just one example. And under the free trade agreement, U.S. citizens are accorded similar treatment to a Singaporean. And from the property perspective, that includes not needing to pay 15% ABSD or additional buyer's stamp duty. So what it means is a U.S. citizen doesn't need to pay 15% stamp duty. So that's a big savings. Now, I'm not for a moment suggesting that it's going to lead on to a flood of U.S. citizens buying here, but just the fact that we're positioning or repositioning ourselves in the global map, that's always very helpful. And whenever that happens, we tend to have more spillover effect onto the prime residential market.
Mm-hmm. And what's your read on how the summit's impact on Singapore on the whole?
On the whole, there are two things, right? One is economic gains, because we've got a very strong historical tie with the U.S. Trump's visit is an important opportunity to strengthen that, because his ideology seems to be very different from the previous government. And at the same time, from North Korea perspective, if the sanctions on North Korea are lifted, all of a sudden we'll have yet another country to trade with, and starting from a zero base, because currently our trade is almost non-existent at 700,000. So any economic gains to Singapore spells out a better property market. From a political risk perspective, now any global investor that looks upon a destination, whether the equities market or real estate market, needs to assess political risk. The very fact that Singapore is being selected to host this reinforces the point that we're globally respected, politically stable, and economically a safe place. So I think we will end up scoring some points there.
Great insight as always. Terrific talking to you. Thank you so much. Karamjit Singh, CEO of Showsuite and senior consultant at JLL. Showsuite.com is a new homes portal where you can experience your new dream home in 3D and VR. Download the app for free on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store.